tell a little Valentine's Day story time. And this one's gonna be juicy, and it's based off a true story. So it's Valentine's Day, and you know, days before you're trying to get ready to do Valentine's Day with your lover. Well, technically, he said that they're both just friends, and he's been ready, he's been prepared, he's been all this and all that. He even had his outfit. He even gave her a card just the day before. Then on the day of, nobody's there because they're on a cruise. Or he didn't even know they were on a cruise. Meanwhile, he gets dressed in a black sweater and a black button-down tee. And surprisingly, the dude didn't even eat breakfast, which that is unhealthy. But anyway, he didn't care if nobody was there or not, because all he was thinking about is giving his lover chocolate. And he had to find the hearts. He really needed to find those hearts before anybody stole them, because everybody else was taking everybody else's hearts. So why not take his lovers and his at the same time and wear them the entire day? Because that's what he did the year before. Then he finds both of them, and she was wondering where her heart was, and he showed it to her. And then he gives her a hug. And then she apparently got upset, and she was crying to the guidance counselor. And then the dude was pulled back to the classroom to get ready for his job. His job was delivering coffee. But anyway, shortly after delivering coffee, he had to go into the back room to tell his side of the story, but not really his side of the story, but the teacher told him what really went down in the guidance counselor's office. And he was defeated. He was very defeated, and he felt like that he was back in his hole that he was for a few years. So now he had to get himself out of the situation before it got worse and pull it under the rug and don't tell nobody. Because if you tell somebody, it's going to spread. And as you walk in the same class, as he walks in the same classroom as her, she acted like nothing ever happened, that she felt good about what she did. And that made him very, very angry. So then he walked back, and he tried to take his mind off of it, but he couldn't. And then he had to get to work again, because he had a lot of work that day. So shortly afterward, it gets worse. And then he had to write an apology letter, which was corny. And like a good boy he was, he wrote the apology letter. And then off to his third block class. And he was just so defeated, angry, all those types of things. But he kept it on the down low, because he thought about something. Wait a minute. How are you focusing on one guy that took the other person's heart, and you're not focused on anybody else at all? That makes no sense. That makes literally no sense. They're all hugging and kissing all of each other, and he couldn't do it because apparently none of the females reported the other boys yet, but it's whatever. He said, I should have gone with somebody different, but they weren't here, and I'm not waiting a week just to give it to them, because it makes no sense. So shortly after lunch, she acted like nothing even happened. He gave his apology letter, and he was defeated still. He didn't talk to anybody. And then end of the day comes, and he lost his voice. His number one voice. He lost his right to speak out about it. And shortly afterward, he wasn't very angry as much, but he forgot about it until a month later when the pandemic starts. He was just angry, just letting it out, like, you're a snitch and all of that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But really, it did matter to him, because that was the elephant in the room to him, and that was his kryptonite, and he used that as motivation for when he comes back. But that'll have to be delayed because he's doing other things now. But he was just, then months later, he comes back and he just uses that in his brain as motivation. And simply the words, "I'm coming," came to mind. But during that time, while he was just deflated, she was out partying and celebrating that he was just defeated, didn't even care, because according to her, he's had a history of these things and it's time to end it. So if no girl was going to do it, then she will. That was her mindset, and she succeeded. But nobody knows about what the most important thing about getting someone that is very angry and has a history of going off. They get karma, and karma's going to come in a big way. And that is the end of the story. Happy Valentine's Day.